Wearing a simple white top and jeans, no makeup, hair tied loosely, YN rushes to help the kids, standing between them in traffic with her hands stretched. YN, hold my hand, slowly, don't run, okay. YN bends down, ties a small girl's shoe. She pats her head gently. Across the street, Jungkook's POV. He's leaning against his matte black bike, leather jacket on, eyes cold. He lights a cigarette but never finishes it. Wind blows. Suddenly, he sees her. Her hair dances in the wind. A small blossom petal lands on her shoulder. She laughs as a kid says something silly. She lifts her head slightly, sunlight hitting her eyes. The cigarette falls from his lips. His lips part slightly. Time seems to slow. Jungkook, soft inner voice, what was that? His chest tightens for a moment. He blinks, as if trying to shake it off. She crosses the kids safely, stands for a moment, brushing her hair back. She doesn't see him, but he sees only her. As she walks away, her silhouette framed by golden sunlight, Jungkook watches. Jungkook himself, what was that? She was so pretty. For the first time in years, the world didn't feel so cold. He takes off his jacket and throws the keys on the table. He's still thinking about the girl he saw earlier. Something's off in his mood. Jungkook murmuring, what the hell was that feeling? He walks into the living room. His mother is sitting there, dressed neatly, holding a teacup. She seems nervous. Mrs. JEON Jungkook, come sit down for a minute. I want to talk. He sits, slightly leaning forward, his arms resting on his knees. Jungkook. What's going on? Mrs. JEON softly, I've made a decision. It might come as a surprise. But, I've decided to get married again. Jungkook blinks. The room feels quiet. Jungkook. Married. She nods slowly, placing her cup down. Mrs. JEON. His name is Kim Sung-hyun. He's kind, steady. After your father died, I never thought I'd find peace again, but he brings it. Jungkook leans back, shocked. He's silent for a moment. A war rages in his chest, protective instincts versus his mother's happiness. Jungkook. After a long pause, if he makes you smile. I have no right to stop that. Mrs. JEON's eyes well up with tears. Mrs. JEON. Thank you, Jungkook. I was afraid you'd hate me. Jungkook gently, you've given me everything. You deserve to live, not just survive. He's standing near the front, dressed in a black tailored suit, his eyes scan the crowd with quiet suspicion. Suddenly, the music shifts. Everyone turns. Mrs. JEON enters, holding the hand of a beautiful girl. Dressed in a soft lavender flowy gown, hair perfectly styled, glowing yet simple, with a calm expression. YN walks in elegance. A breeze from the open arch flutters her hair. Jungkook's breath catches. Jungkook inner voice, low and stunned, her. Why is she here? His eyes follow her every step. The sunlight hits her face. Her eyes briefly glance his way. No recognition. Just a stranger's glance. Mrs. JEON reaches the front, smiling brightly. She turns to Jungkook. Mrs. JEON. Jungkook, this is YN. My soon-to-be husband's daughter. From today, she'll be your sister. Everything fades. Music dulls. It's like he got shot. Jungkook, in mind, no. No way. Not her. Not the girl I saw. Not the girl I couldn't stop thinking about. Flashback montage. YN helping the kids. Her smile in the wind. His heartbeat from that day. Back to present. YN stands beside her father, unaware. She politely nods at Jungkook, respectfully. Mrs. JEON, happily, you'll be living together starting tonight, under the same roof. A new family. Jungkook mind, fate you're playing dirty. Mrs. JEON and Mr. Kim sit comfortably on the couch, all smiles.
YN sits beside her dad, quietly observing the room, curious, polite, a bit nervous. Jungkook walks in slowly. His eyes land on YN. She's the same girl. But now, she's introduced as his stepsister. Mrs. JEON cheerfully, now that we're all under the same roof, why don't we take a minute to introduce ourselves properly? Mr. Kong, smiling at Jungkook. Jungkook, meet my daughter, In. She's sharp, independent, and just started college. Mrs. JEON to YN, and this is my son, Jungkook. He's a little quiet, but he means well.
YN. Hi, I'm YN. I'm into fashion design and street photography. I love ramen and hate liars. She laughs softly, trying to break the ice. She turns to Jungkook, smiling politely. Nice to meet you. Jungkook blank face, emotionless. He doesn't smile. He doesn't even blink. Jungkook coldly, I'm Jungkook. Brief pause. His voice hardens. Stay out of my way. He turns without a word and walks upstairs. His boots echo with each step. Awkward silence fills the room. YN's smile fades slightly. Her father clears his throat, trying to laugh it off. Mrs. JEON sighs but says nothing. YN inner voice, what's his problem? JEON mansion. YN's room, night. In sits on the bed, silent, staring at the wall. Her dad and Mrs. JEON walk in gently. Mr. Kim. In, you okay? YN softly, did I do something wrong? He looked at me like I was a burden. Mrs. JEON sitting beside her, no, sweetie. Jungkook's just not good at opening up. Mrs. JEON smiling, he's always been a bit cold. But he's not a bad person. He just takes time. YN. He didn't even look at me like a person, more like a problem. Mrs. JEON. Give him a few days. I know he'll come around. You're part of this family now. They both hug her gently. Jungkook's bedroom, midnight. The lights are off, only moonlight cuts through the blinds, casting silver lines across the room. Jungkook paces the floor, eyes wide, restless. His breathing is uneven, his heart pounding louder than silence. Jungkook low, angry whisper, why the hell did I fall for her? Out of all the people in this world, why her? He stops, staring out the window like trying to escape his own mind. Jungkook. This is messed up. What the hell is wrong with me? He walks to the mirror, stares into his own reflection angry, confused, lost. No, enough. I'm not some weak boy who falls for the first soft smile. I'm Jungkook JEON. I don't fall in love. From now on, I keep my distance. No matter what my heart wants, she will never know. She can never know. After a few days, Jungkook sits on his bed, headphones in, pretending to read but he hasn't turned a page in 10 minutes. He's thinking about her. Again, a soft knock. The door creaks open. YN peeking in, playful tone, hey, soldier boy. Did you forget how to smile or is it just a mafia trait? Jungkook glances up. He doesn't answer but his eyes linger. She walks in slowly, hands behind her back. YN. Relax. I come in peace. Just bored. Thought I'd annoy you for a little entertainment. She picks up a keychain on his table, spins it around. Wow, your room is as exciting as your personality. Dark, quiet, and 99% deadly. A pause. Jungkook lets out the tiniest smile, quick, soft, unnoticeable to most. But she sees it. YN teasing, wait. Did you just smile? Alert the media. Jungkook's expression shifts instantly. He shuts the book loudly and stands up. Jungkook coldly, don't get comfortable. He walks past her, opens the door wide. Jungkook. Out. Now. In's face drops. The playful light in her eyes fades. YN quietly, right. Of course. She walks out slowly. Jungkook shuts the door behind her and leans back against it, eyes closed. Jungkook whisper to himself, don't make me fall harder. In walking down the hall, wiping away a small tear, forcing a smile to herself. YN. Why does he always push me away when I'm just trying to care? Morning, dining hall. The table is quiet. YN sips her juice. Jungkook scrolls his phone, not even looking up. Mrs. JEON walks in, holding her purse. Mrs. JEON. Jungkook, can you drop YN to college today? Her bus isn't coming. Jungkook coldly, she has 2 legs. Let her use them. In lowers her head, lips tightening. She tries not to react. Mrs. JEON, stern, please. Just this once. Jungkook. I'm not a damn cab service. He stands, grabs his keys, and walks out without another word. YN sighs and gets up to leave in her own. Outside the mansion, main gate. As YN steps out, rain begins to drizzle lightly. She opens her umbrella when suddenly a sleek black car pulls up beside her. Window rolls down. It's Jungkook, one hand on the wheel, sunglasses on, jaw clenched. Jungkook flatly, get in before I change my mind. In hesitates, then silently gets in. Inside the car, silence. Just the sound of rain tapping the glass. YN, softly, you didn't have to. I'd have managed. Jungkook. I didn't do it for you. More silence. YN turns to the window to hide the small, sad smile forming on her lips. Jungkook stops the car. YN opens the door, about to leave. Jungkook, without looking at her, don't talk to strangers. And don't trust everyone smiling at you. In pauses, surprised. YN. Was that concern? Jungkook coldly, no. Just common sense. She steps out. He drives off before she can say anything else. Airport departure terminal. Early morning. Mrs. JEON and Mr. YL are dressed for travel, holding their passports and beaming with joy. In stands beside them with a forced smile, eyes glistening. Jungkook stands behind, hands in pockets, acting like he doesn't care. Mrs. JEON, smiling, Jungkook, while we're gone, just keep an eye on YN, She's new to the city, and, well, she's a bit emotional. Mr. Kim to YN, and you, don't burn the house down. Or cry every day. YN, I'll try not to. She suddenly breaks, a tear slipping down her cheek. I'm gonna miss you both so much. Mrs. JEON hugs her tightly. Mr. Kim kisses her forehead. Mrs. JEON, you'll be okay. You've got Jungkook now. In turns away, quickly wiping her tears, trying not to break down further. Outside the terminal, soft breeze, taxi horns in the distance. Jungkook walks up beside her. For a second, they just stand in silence. Jungkook, low voice, stop crying. They're not leaving the planet. She sniffles again. Before she can respond, Jungkook gently pats her head. His fingers stay there a second longer than needed. Then without warning, he pulls her into a quick but firm hug. Not romantic. Just solid. Protective. Jungkook, softly, they'll be back. Until then, you've got me. He pulls away quickly, clears his throat like nothing happened. Jungkook coldly, let's go before you start bawling in public. He gently grabs her wrist and pulls her toward the exit. YN's eyes widen, but she follows, holding back the smile that wants to burst through. Sunday afternoon, living room. YN is curled up on the couch in a loose hoodie, a blanket over her legs, watching a light-hearted rom-com. A bowl of popcorn sits half-finished beside her. The house is quiet, calm, peaceful. Suddenly footsteps echo from the staircase. She turns her head casually, and freezes. Jungkook walks down the stairs slowly, dressed in a jet black button-up shirt, sleeves half-rolled, fixing his watch. His hair is slightly messy but somehow perfect. He looks like he walked straight out of a drama scene. YN's eyes widen slightly. YN, inner voice, oh, God. Her heart pounds unexpectedly. She sits up straighter, trying to play it cool, but her eyes keep drifting toward him. Jungkook doesn't even glance her way. He's focused on adjusting his cufflinks, calm and unreadable. YN inner voice, panicking, what the hell is wrong with you? He's your brother now. Stepbrother, but still. What are you? She glares at the popcorn bowl like it betrayed her. No, bad brain. Control yourself, you idiot. You're not going down that road. She grabs the remote and turns up the volume, trying to drown her thoughts. Why are you like this? Stupid, stupid hormones. He's your stepbrother, for God's sake. Evening, the living room buzzes with Jungkook's friends laughing and chatting. YN walks in with a tray of drinks, just trying to be polite. She notices a girl Minji sitting a little too close to Jungkook on the couch, not touching him, but her eyes and words are clearly thirsty. Minji, smirking, Jungkook, you really never change. Still the hottest guy in the room. Are you sure you're not hiding a girlfriend somewhere? Jungkook, cool, bored, no time for distractions. Minji giggles, biting her lip. Minji, shame, I'd make a pretty fun distraction. IN's stomach twists. She stands frozen, for a second jaw tightening. YN inner voice, she's basically throwing herself at him. Does she have no shame? Minji looks up and catches YN staring. Minji. Oh, hi. You must be the little sister, right? YN cold smile, yeah. And you must be the desperate clingy guest. Everyone falls silent. Minji looks taken aback. Jungkook, stern, cold, IN. YN, sharply, what? I was just stating facts. Jungkook, warning, she's a guest. Mind your tongue, don't be disrespectful. IN stares at him, hurt flashing in her eyes. She sets the tray down a bit too hard and storms off without another word. In her room, slamming the door shut. YN inner voice, why did that feel like betrayal? He's not mine. I shouldn't care. But then why does it feel like she touched something that belonged to me? IN's room, door slightly opens. YN is sitting on her bed, staring at the floor. The door creaks. Jungkook stands there, hands in his pockets. Jungkook, low voice, I am sorry. He doesn't wait for a response. He turns around and walks away without another word. YN looks up, surprised, but says nothing. Just stares at the door he disappeared behind. Jungkook drives silently, one hand on the wheel, looking as cool as ever in a black shirt, sleeves rolled up, hair slightly messy. YN sits beside him, trying not to stare, but fails. YN inner voice, why does he look like a walking K-drama? Ah, stop looking, idiot. He's your step something. Jungkook glances sideways, catching her staring. Jungkook, flat tone, what? Is there something on my face? YN, startled, and no. Just shut up. They park in front of the college. YN gets out. Suddenly, a group of college girls nearby start whispering loudly. Girl 1 giggling, OMG, did you see the guy in that car? Girl 2, he's hot. Is he her boyfriend? Girl 3, let's go say hi, tilde maybe get his number. IN's face drops. She spins around and opens the car door again. YN, low growl, get back in. Jungkook blinks, what? She yanks his sleeve, pushes him lightly back inside the car and slams the door shut. Then turns to the girls. YN, snapping, go flirt with your own fantasies. This one's taken. The girls back off, stunned. YN exhales sharply, cheeks red, heart racing. She realizes what she just said. YN inner voice, wait. What did I just say? JEON Mansion, kitchen, late evening. Jungkook stands at the counter, pouring coffee. YN walks in, quietly. YN, softly, can I have some? Jungkook, cold, make your own. She walks closer anyway, standing right beside him. Their arms almost touch. Jungkook tenses. YN, gently, why do you always push me away? He doesn't answer. She places her hand on the counter next to his, slowly closing the space. Jungkook looks at her, her eyes calm, searching. For a second, his heart stumbles. Jungkook, inner voice, don't fall. Don't feel. He swallows hard, looks away. Jungkook coldly, don't stand so close. He walks away, leaving her staring at his back, confused and hurt. College campus, afternoon, under a tree near the cafeteria. YN is sitting with her best friend, laughing over snacks. Everything is calm, until, friend teasingly, hey, can you do me a favor? YN, what? Friend, smiling, can you give me Jungkook's number? I mean, your stepbrother is fine. Just wanna chat. Tilda. YN's smile vanishes. Her grip on her drink tightens. YN, flatly, no. Friend, confused, come on, why not? It's not like he's yours. In, snaps, voice raised, I said no. Don't ever ask me that again. Everyone nearby turns to look. Her friend stares, shocked. Friend, slowly, damn, okay. Chill, what's your deal? In stands up, flustered and fuming. YN, inner voice, why did I react like that? Why does the thought of them texting make me so mad? Jungkook's room, late night. YN quietly steps inside, holding a cup of tea. Jungkook is sitting on the couch, shirt sleeves rolled up, lost in thought. YN, softly, you looked tired. I made you something. She walks closer, placing the cup on the table. She sits beside him. Jungkook turns slowly, his jaw tightens. Jungkook coldly, what are you doing? YN, gently, I'm just trying to talk. Be close to you. Jungkook, sharply, standing, no. Don't. In looks up, startled. Jungkook, angrily, don't forget what we are. We're step siblings. Let's be in our boundaries. His voice drops lower, harsher. Jungkook. Don't cross the line. And don't come near me again. He storms out, slamming the door. In stands frozen, eyes stinging. In's room, locked inside, late night rain taps against the window. The room is dim. YN sits on the floor, back against the door, hugging her knees. Her eyes are swollen, her lips tremble. She's been holding it in, but not anymore. YN, softly, whispering through tears, you didn't have to say it like that. You didn't have to look at me like I disgusted you. Like I was just a mistake you couldn't get rid of. She stands up slowly and walks toward the mirror, staring at herself. Her voice breaks. YN, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to fall for someone I shouldn't. I didn't ask for you to be the only person who makes me feel safe, only to be the one who hurts me the most. She walks back to the bed, sits heavily, eyes blank. YN, soft, broken, I wish I could just switch it off. The feelings, the thoughts, everything. I wish I could stop my heart from racing every time you walk in the room. But you made it so hard. With every stare, every little moment that felt like it meant something. She covers her face with her hands, sobbing quietly now. And now you want me to stay away, like I was nothing. Like I never meant a thing. A long silence. Just the sound of her breathing in the rain outside. You drew the line. Fine, I'll stay behind it. But don't expect me to smile anymore. Jungkook is sitting on one couch, typing something on his phone. YN walks in, stops, sees him, and quietly sits on the opposite couch. Not a word is exchanged. They stay there, in silence, for over 20 minutes. No one speaks. Not even a glance. YN, inner voice, it didn't used to be like this, but maybe this is better. Safer. Jungkook, inner voice, I wanted distance. She is giving it. Why does it still feel wrong? Luxury party hall, evening, dim lights, soft music, elegant crowd. The JEON family enters the grand party hall together. Jungkook in a sleek black suit. YN glowing in a deep red dress. Everyone turns to look. They look like a couple, but the coldness between them says otherwise. Time skip. An hour later their parents are smiling and chatting near the bar. Mr. Kim checks his watch. Mr. Kim, we'll leave early. Let the kids enjoy. Mrs. JEON kisses YN's head. They wave and leave the hall. Party floor. Music picks up. YN laughs, dancing and chatting with her boy best friend from college, Hyunjin, playful and overly friendly. Hyunjin throws an arm casually around her shoulder as they laugh over some inside joke. Hyunjin teasing, "You seriously ditched me." YN laughing, "Oh shut up. Like you ever missed me." From far Jungkook sees them. His jaw tightens. His glass clenches. He downs his first drink. Then the second. Jungkook inner voice, why is he touching her like that? He watches YN smile, the smile she hasn't given him in days. Another drink. His vision blurs slightly. His control, cracking. The bass thumps faintly downstairs. The hallway is dim. YN walks toward the exit, a little tipsy, arms folded, cheeks flushed. Jungkook steps out from the shadows, eyes dark, shirt half open, jaw tight. Jungkook low, sharp, "You looked happy with him." In stops, startled. YN, "What are you talking about?" Jungkook, voice rising, "Your little friend. Laughing. Touching you. You didn't push him away." In steps back slightly, confused but breathless. YN, "He's my best friend, what does it matter to you?" Jungkook, stepping closer, "It shouldn't. But it does." He grabs her wrist, pulls her into the private room, slams the door shut. They stand face to face. The air is hot and thick with tension. YN, heart racing, "You're drunk." Jungkook, voice deep, furious, "And you're mine." Before she can say anything he crashes his lips onto hers. It's not gentle. It's possessive, harsh, full of pain and hunger. His hand grips her waist roughly, the other buried in her hair. YN's eyes widen at first, but then, she melts. YN, inner voice, breathless, "This is wrong, but why does it feel so right?" She kisses him back. Just as fierce. Just as desperate. Her hands clutch his shirt like she's needed this for too long. Sunlight slips through the curtains. The room is still, quiet. The blanket shifts slightly. Jungkook opens his eyes slowly, head aching, vision adjusting. He turns, and freezes. YN is lying beside him, bare shoulders, tangled hair, lips parted slightly as she sleeps. Jungkook whispers, stunned. "Shit." He sits up quickly, panic flashing in his eyes. He runs a hand through his hair, his chest tightening. Jungkook, inner voice, shaken, "What did we do? No, this wasn't supposed to happen." He looks at her, peaceful, unaware. Guilt crashes down harder. He paces the room, looks back, sits on the edge of the bed, waiting. Silent, broken. After a long moment, YN stirs. Her eyes flutter open. She looks at him, and then down at herself. Her expression shifts from confusion to quiet shock. YN, softly. Jungkook. A long silence. Jungkook doesn't meet her eyes. Jungkook coldly, voice flat, "I am sorry YN. This was a mistake." YN, shaken, "What?" Jungkook, sharp, "Whatever happened last night, it didn't mean anything. It shouldn't have happened." YN, hurt, but Jungkook, cutting her off, "We're step siblings. We cross that line, everything breaks. So forget it. Forget everything. It never happened." He grabs his shirt and walks out, leaving YN frozen in the bed, pain, eyes filled with tears holding back. The door opens. YN walks in first, eyes red, holding back her tears. Jungkook follows behind silently, his jaw tight, expression unreadable. Mrs. JEON and Mr. Kim look up from the couch, instantly concerned. Mrs. JEON, rushing to her, "Sweetheart, what happened? Your eyes, are you crying?" In forces a small smile, shaking her head. But her voice breaks. YN, softly, lying, "I'm okay. Yesterday, I confessed to my crush. Pause. Her lip trembles. YN tears falling, but, he rejected me. A silence settles. Her mom wraps her into a warm hug. Mr. Kim gently pats her head. Mrs. JEON. Oh baby, I'm so sorry. He doesn't deserve you. Mr. Kim. One day, he'll regret it. Trust me, you're too precious to be hurt like this. Jungkook stands near the stairs, back slightly turned, hands clenched at his sides. Jungkook inner voice, she just lied for me, and I can't even look at her. In hides her face in her mom's shoulder, silently sobbing. She doesn't look at Jungkook. She can't. In's bedroom, door locked, after 2 days. The room is dark, curtains closed, clothes on the floor. YN sits on the bed, knees to her chest, eyes hollow as if life has drained out of her. YN inner voice, trembling, why can't I forget the way he kissed me? The way he touched me like he needed me, then looked at me like I was a mistake. Her hands curl into the blanket, her whole body shaking. YN whispers to herself, broken, I didn't just give him my body. I gave him everything. Mrs. JEON knocks gently, worry in her voice. Mrs. JEON. YN, sweetie, you haven't come out in 2 days, please say something. Mr. Kim from behind, should we call a doctor? She's not eating. Jungkook stands farther down the hall, hearing everything, eyes dark, guilt tearing through him. Jungkook inner voice, cold with regret, I did this. I broke her. Back in the room, YN curls deeper into the bed, eyes filled with tears. YN inner voice, I thought he felt it too. I thought it meant something. But now I'm just the girl who regrets giving herself to someone who doesn't want her. She buries her face in the pillow and finally lets herself cry, not quietly, but raw and shaking sobs that echo through the silence. In's room, dim light, late night. The door creaks open. Jungkook steps inside slowly. The room is still dark. YN lies curled up on the bed, her back facing the door. He shuts the door behind him, silent for a moment. His voice is low, careful. Jungkook gently, In, they're worried about you. No response. Just a deep silence. He walks closer and sits at the edge of the bed. Jungkook softly, I know you hate me right now, and maybe you should. In slowly turns her face, tears clinging to her lashes. She doesn't speak, just looks at him like he shattered her whole world. Jungkook, his voice tight, eyes pained, I can't stop thinking about that night either. About what we did, how it felt. But, we can't do this. We're step-siblings. We live under the same roof. We're family now. YN, soft whisper, but it didn't feel wrong. Jungkook, voice cracking slightly, I know. That's what scares me. He looks at her, broken, helpless but still trying to be strong. Jungkook. For the sake of our parents, for their happiness, we have to forget. Move on. Pretend it never happened. YN, screaming, voice shaking, I love you, Jungkook. Her voice echoes down the hall. She doesn't care anymore. YN crying, louder, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to unlove you. She steps closer to him, eyes filled with pain. YN, I can't forget the way you kissed me, the way you looked at me like I was the only one in the world. YN choking, I can't forget how you held me, how you took care of me like I mattered. Jungkook's face falls, his cold mask breaking. His fingers twitch, like he wants to hold her again, but he doesn't move. YN, voice cracking, you say it was a mistake, but it wasn't. Not to me. She breaks. She falls to her knees, sobbing into her hands. YN whispers, I wish I could hate you, it would have been so much easier. YN, voice trembling, do you think I can just forget everything, Jungkook? Like it meant nothing. Jungkook broken, I told you, we have to. We don't have a choice. YN crying, but I love you. Jungkook clenches his fists, holding back his own tears. Jungkook quiet, pained, I love you too. That's why I'm asking you to let me go. Their parents come back home but halted in steps. Mrs. Jaeon's eyes widen, lips parting in silent shock. Mr. Kim lowers the bag in his hand slowly, face stunned. Mrs. Jaeon whispers they love each other. They listen in silence, sadness washing over them. YN. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't breathe when you walk past me like I'm nothing. Jungkook, voice cracking, trust me if it's about I love you more. I loved you before they got married and I die every time I pretend you don't exist. A single tear falls from YN's eye. Jungkook wipes it gently. Jungkook, softly, I'm sorry. I wish we were anyone else. Mrs. Jaeon turns away, eyes full of tears. Mr. Kim stares blankly ahead. Mr. Kim, what should we do now? Mrs. Jaeon, don't worry, tomorrow I will clears everything. And tell him the truth. Living room, quiet afternoon. Mr. Kim and Mrs. Jaeon sit side by side on the couch, looking serious, uncomfortable as if they've carried something heavy in their hearts for too long. The house is silent, a clock ticks. The mood is tense. Mrs. Jaeon, softly, honey, call them. It's time. Mr. Kim nods, exhales slowly. He raises his voice. Mr. Kim. Jungkook. YN. Come to the living room. Now. Jungkook and YN arrive at the same time. They exchange a quick glance, guarded, unreadable. Mrs. Jaeon. Sit down. We need to talk about something important. They both sit, stiff, silent, unsure what's coming. The room is filled with thick, quiet tension. The parents look at each other, then at the two of them. Mr. Kim, gently, we know. Mrs. Jaeon, we heard everything last night. In's eyes widen. Jungkook's breath catches. Silence. Jungkook and YN sit frozen on the couch. The room is silent, air heavy. Mrs. Jaeon slowly stands, hands shaking, voice soft but steady. Mrs. Jaeon, looking at Jungkook, there's something you both don't know, something we should have told you long ago. Jungkook narrows his eyes slightly, confused. YN stares at her, heart racing. Mrs. Jaeon. Jungkook, you're not my biological son. The words fall like thunder. Jungkook blinks, stunned. Jungkook quietly, what? Mrs. Jaeon tears in her eyes, I used to work with your parents. We were close. When they died, in that accident, no one in their family stepped up. You were only 6. Alone. Lost. I took you in. I raised you. Loved you. Protected you. You've always been my son, just not by blood. Jungkook's jaw tightens. YN gasps softly beside him. Jungkook whispers, you're not my real mother. Mrs. Jaeon. No, but I chose to be your mother. From the moment I held you in my arms. I am sorry for hiding this from you. Silence. Jungkook lowers his head. His fists clench. His heart pounding. YN, softly, emotional, then, we're not brother and sister. Mr. YL nods solemnly. Mr. Kim. Not by blood. Not by law. You were never siblings. Jungkook looks up slowly. His eyes meet YN's. Something shifts. Something breaks open. Mr. Kim, gently, you're not siblings. You never were. We don't want to stand in the way of your happiness. Mrs. Jaeon, smiling with tears, if you love each other, then be together. You have our blessing. In gasps softly, eyes instantly filling with tears. Her hand flies to her mouth. She looks at Jungkook, overwhelmed. YN, voice trembling, they said yes. She turns to her parents, bowing slightly, crying as she whispers in, thank you so much. Jungkook sits still, jaw clenched, eyes lowered. YN reaches out and holds his hand. YN, softly, Jungkook, say something. He looks up slowly. His eyes are conflicted. His voice is low. Jungkook. What if people talk? What if the world throws dirt at us, calls us disgusting? Even if we aren't related, they'll never understand. And I really don't want people to think dirty about you people. The joy on YN's face fades. Her hand drops. Her expression shifts from soft to furious. YN angrily, voice raised, so you care more about what they say than what we feel. She stands abruptly, tears now of frustration. YN, I thought the hardest part was getting our parents to accept us, turns out it's you who still doesn't. Without waiting for an answer, she storms off to her room and slams the door shut. Balcony, late night, Jungkook stands alone, leaning on the balcony railing. City lights flicker below. His face is blank, but his heart is heavy. Mr. Kim and Mrs. JEON walk out quietly. They stand beside him in silence for a few seconds. Mr. Kim, softly, you okay? Jungkook doesn't respond, just stares ahead, voice low. Jungkook. I'm scared, not of loving her, but of what the world will say about us. Mrs. JEON places a hand on his shoulder gently. Mrs. JEON. Jungkook, people talk. That's what they do. When you're doing good, they smile. When you're happy, they whisper. And when something's different, they throw stones. Mr. Kim. But you can't live your life to please a world that doesn't even know you. Mrs. JEON, smiling gently, we raised you to be strong. To choose what's right, not what's easy. And right now, loving her is not wrong. Mr. Kim. They talked about us too, years ago. But look at us now happy, because we didn't listen. Jungkook finally looks at them. His eyes soften, the fear still there, but slowly breaking. Her bedroom door creaks open slowly. Jungkook walks in, his face pale, eyes puffy like he's been crying too. He sees her curled up under her blanket, sobbing quietly. He walks to her slowly and sits behind her on the bed. He hesitates for a moment, then gently wraps his arms around her waist from behind. Jungkook, soft whisper, in, please, don't cry. But she flinches at his touch and pushes him off. She sits up, eyes red, voice shaking. YN. Don't come near me. Now that even our parents agreed, you were the only one thinking about what people will say. Go to those people. Let them comfort you now. I hate you. Her voice breaks at the end, tears spilling freely. Jungkook looks shattered. He kneels on the floor in front of her, eyes glistening. Jungkook, voice shaking, you're right. I was scared. I kept thinking what society would say, what the world would think. And in doing that, I forgot what you were going through. Jungkook, sincerely, but now, after hearing mom and dad, I realized something. When even our parents can accept our love with a smile, then why the hell should I care about the world? Jungkook, voice full of regret, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for pushing you away. For hurting you. For making you feel unwanted, when you're the only person I've ever truly wanted. Watches him in silence. Her hands tremble. Jungkook takes them gently in his. Jungkook. If you still hate me, I'll take it. If you want me to stay away, I will. But I just needed you to know I don't care what anyone says anymore. I only care about you. About us. Jungkook, softly, I love you. And I'm sorry it took me this long to say it right. Silence. Her lips tremble. Her tears fall quietly. And then, slowly, She moves closer and rests her forehead against his. YN whispers, "You broke me, Jungkook, but I still waited for you to fix it." Jungkook gently cupping her face, "Then let me spend the rest of my life doing just that." He leans in slowly, giving her time, giving her choice. But she doesn't pull away. Instead, her eyes flutter closed, and she presses her lips to his soft, trembling, and full of all the love she'd buried for too long. The kiss deepens, slow and emotional. No rush, no fear, just the feeling of home finally. When they pull apart, Jungkook rests his forehead against hers again, smiling through the tears. Jungkook whispers, "I love you, not as a step-sibling, but as the only girl who's ever owned my heart." YN smiling softly, "Then don't ever leave. Even if the world turns against us." Jungkook, "Never. You're the only one I want now and the rest of my life." Outside the window, the city sleeps, but in that room, two broken souls have finally found peace in each other's arms.